Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast, where we like to talk to other working men about sports. If you aren't a man, who cares? Welcome to the show. We are going to talk about some college basketball. We're going to let John kick it off here, talking about his favorite team in college sports. Go ahead.
The Ohio State.
And what did you guys? What did they do? Like, what is it? What is even their record? That's the real thing.
Their record, they are, I want to say 15-11.
15-11.
Yes.
Oof. What do they conference play though? Well, you know what? I'll look all
Hold
that up.
on,
Tell me
before we get there, right? I'm gonna pull something up here real quick.
Go for it. Because I'm very curious, because that's not a good record. But they did pull off a big win, which was huge.
They did. They definitely pulled that game.
Who they beat? Who they beat? Come on, say who they beat.
Purdue. They beat Purdue, and you know what?
What? I'm looking at something. Keep going.
And the way how they beat Purdue was what I've been saying last year, how to beat Purdue. You got to be fast, play some defense, and shoot some threes. And that's exactly what they did.
You got to make that guy uncomfortable.
You do. You got to make him uncomfortable. That big guy down there, Zach. I mean, Ohio State got out-rebounded 36-23. But when it came to 3 points, they were, I mean, it's a horrible percentage, but they were shot 21 3-pointers and made 7 of them.
I got to say, that's a huge upset for Purdue. And that would, if I was the coach or the players on that team, I'd be a little bit worried because Ohio State's the second to the last team in the Big Ten basketball this year, sitting at a 15-11 and a conference record of 5-10.
I know, right? And
jeez, holy crap! And the fact that they won, sometimes all it takes is one time. Little Giants, just one time.
Just need that one time. And Ohio State, before this game last week, they fired their head coach, so they're going to this game going against the number 2 team overall in the nation. Just got done firing their coach, and they pull it off, a 73-69 win.
But doesn't that usually happen though? Like when they fire a coach and then they like get a new coach in, or like the assistant, the team is like, "Yeah, let's go," and then they go like whoop some team's ass or some shit like that.
But the number 2 team in the nation, though, that's big.
Hey, look at the Raiders. I mean, I hate to revert back to NFL, but they fired their coach. They beat the Chiefs, the Super Bowl champs. So,
but this is
on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
This is different.
They whipped that ass. I mean, maybe, but I think we'll see what happens to the Buckeyes. They're definitely not going to the NCAA tournament unless they maybe go on a big run. But they're 5-10. I mean, they're.
I believe.
Oof.
I believe they can win the conference.
You can believe all you want, but it's not going to happen. I mean, when you look at it, Purdue, Illinois, Northwestern is number 3. Holy crap! Wisconsin. Michigan State. They're saying that Michigan State, sitting at 17-9, is looking at maybe an 8 seed in the tournament. That has to be based off of just name alone.
It has to be.
Because if that was anybody else,
if that's the case, you might as well put the Minnesota Gophers in there.
Well, they're 9-6 in conference play, but Minnesota's 7-7 in conference play.
And they're 16-9.
16-9. So I mean, it could just be based off by their name, just because it's Michigan State. But Michigan State has won, I think, the last 7 out of their 9 games, which has been pretty cool.
That is cool.
I'm a Michigan State fan, so I mean that's cool that they have won those games. And
we're here to talk about the Ohio State.
3, 4, 5. Sitting at number 5 right now in the conference.
You know one thing I love about Ohio State too?
What?
I'm a Minnesota man, but they have Jamison Battle, who's from Robbinsdale High School. Our birthplace is Robbinsdale, Minnesota.
Ohio State does?
Yep.
Hey, there you go. And I'm trying to find that game.
Which one?
The Ohio State game.
The Ohio State happened Sunday.
Game. I'm going to pull it up. Here it is. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something. Because I'm really curious.
I know he went off. By himself, he shot 60% from three-point land.
So the field goal percentage was 48% for Ohio State and 43 for Purdue. And wow, that's not good though. Holy smokes. For
That's what-
3-point land,
Oh
they were
yeah,
7 for 21.
I'm telling you, they jacked it up and Maryland though, like how I said, how do you beat Purdue? How do you beat Purdue?
But here's the thing. They
Hustle,
shot the same percentage, 33.3% for that.
but
Holy
they only
smokes.
shot 9 of them, made 3.
Oh my God. Hey,
You
their
can't-
free throws are perfect. 20 for 20 for Purdue. I don't get that. Oh, yeah, 10 for 11 for Ohio State. Let's see here. Total rebounds. They are rebounded, you guys, at Ohio State. 37 to 24.
I mean, I sure
14
hope so.
offensive rebounds.
When you
They
have
must
someone
have
that's 7'4", I think.
oof. If you were to look at just the stats alone, you'd be like, oh yeah, Purdue had that in the bag.
Oh yeah, you would.
But I think their missed opportunities came on those 3-pointers though. I mean, 3 for 9.
You know what I'm saying? They only shot 9 of them and hit 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If they shot 2 more threes and hit them, they would have won.
And the field goes 20. This was almost an identical game.
It was.
It came down to some like little mistakes. Holy smokes. And I'm gonna look, what did that guy have? Let me see here. Purdue. Edie. He had 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 22 points.
Oh yeah, he had a good game.
Dang.
Like 6 turnovers though, 6 turnovers, and that's crucial because they had a total of 14 turnovers and 6 of them.
That's just about half of them.
Yeah,
And I'm guessing that's because they doubled him on the post. Got in his
and
face.
look at Ohio State only has 6 turnovers total.
And how many did you say they had? 14 for Purdue?
Yep, there goes your game right there.
Yeah, that is the turnover. Man, I wonder if I didn't watch that game. Did you watch that game or no?
I caught the last bit of it, and I went back because I'm an Ohio State fan, so I was like, "Hey, let me go check out the highlights of this game because that's a big game." So I was like, checked it out, and I was like shocked how they played. They went off.
That is a big game. I mean, to do that, and let me just see something real quick. Because the way they did that, I mean, man, that's if I'm Purdue, if I'm watching the tournament right now and I'm like, hey, Purdue might get a number 1 seed, dude, they barely beat the Gophers 84 to 76.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
I swear when that game started, it was like 16 to 5 in the first half.
When this game started,
I was like, oh,
when this game started right here, Purdue was up 8-0. Right off the bat, went down there, hit their first 4 shots. Boom, boom, boom. Ohio State was broke.
so does this mean like is the big man position, is it holding back Purdue? I don't know. I mean, I would just keep feeding that guy in the post. But if they're like ripping him from behind, or if he can't get the ball because they're all over him because they're pressing him and nobody can hit threes, that's probably what happened right there. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but if you're shooting 3 for 9 and your big guy's turning the ball over, they're probably double teaming him. Man, that's
And
wow.
their 3 3-pointers came from one guy.
Man.
And he was 3 for
That
5.
sounds like a high school basketball game or something. Just one dude popping off. Like
It's one of those type of things. Like I feel like Purdue, they like I said last year when you talked about Purdue, if Purdue can surround Zach with some shooters, they could be a dangerous team. They really could. Because either he would drop 40, or he'll end up having 20 assists.
let's see who on the Ohio State schedule next is Minnesota Gophers.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that one.
That's this Thursday, and then Michigan State, Nebraska, Michigan, and Rutgers. I think that you're not going to win out of this thing at all.
I see us beating Minnesota.
I don't. Well, you know what? That's that game too. I can see that because the Gophers, you just don't know what's going to happen.
And we beat them the first game around too.
Yeah, but there's always hard to be a team twice. Michigan State is going to smoke Ohio State. I'm just telling you that right now. That's not even going to be close. 10-point game. And then Michigan, you should smash Michigan. And then Rutgers, man, I don't even know what kind of ball they even been playing. Tell you the truth.
Rutgers are 14-11, so they're like right there with us.
Down at the bottom of the barrel. Man, I don't know, man. This is gonna be some good games because teams are still trying to play a hustle to get in.
Oh yeah,
I just don't see Ohio State make it to the tournament this year.
Oh, the only way Ohio State's going to make it to the tournament They have to win out the rest of the season, and then they will have to make it far within their own conference tournament.
That's right, the conference tournament, which is in Minnesota
It is.
at the Target Center. Holy smokes, that's gonna be awesome. Um, Let me see. I'm just looking at these rankings here. Like, I still, as much as I'm a Michigan State fan, I still can't believe that 9-6 in the conference and 17-9, you're gonna get an 8 seed. I
That's
think maybe
insane.
like a 12, 14, maybe.
That's insane.
But that wasn't confirmed. That was just what they were guesstimating. I mean, there's a lot of ball left to be played. Other teams could step up and whatnot. But that is wild, though, that they're giving them an 8 seed a prediction of an 8 seed. Who do they even have left? Let's see. Can I get a schedule for them? They got Iowa, Ohio State, Purdue. Ooh, Purdue, Northwestern. They could easily drop the Purdue game and the Northwestern game. Even Iowa, they play tomorrow.
I was pretty good.
I mean, they could drop that game. Looking at Iowa, 15-11. The Big Ten is a lot closer than what you would think it would be.
What it used to be, because before I remember you used to have you always have
Illinois,
Illinois,
Wisconsin,
Ohio State would be up there,
Michigan
Michigan,
State,
and like
Iowa would be in the mix somewhere. Gophers would always be at the dead bottom, pretty much,
every once in a while, every other season they would like pop their head up and be up there for like this season.
which is just surprising me. But I feel like the Gophers haven't really played anybody though.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look real quick because they've played Rutgers, Purdue, Iowa.
What did the score between Purdue?
I said it was 84-76.
Ooh.
And then they lost to Iowa 90-85. They did beat Michigan State though, which was huge, 59-56. But then oh, maybe I'm taking this back. Maybe I'm walking it back. They beat Northwestern too.
I'm telling you, they could be
Lost to Wisconsin by 2, lost to Michigan State. Iowa beat us twice this year. Wow, that's crazy, man. I don't know. It's just nuts. Like, I'm not used to the Big Ten being this close.
Oh yeah. It's one of those type of things. I feel like just college basketball in general, ever since COVID happened, college basketball, the playing field has just been like even key.
It's been before COVID. It's been even key mostly since social media. The fun
True.
here. Yeah, because now they get kids like connecting all over the country that played traveling ball and high school ball and like, hey, let's go here. Let's go here. And they're teaming up and like they're competing with the other schools that won't take them or whatever. So I mean, because I don't think people understand how hard it is to play Division I basketball for Duke
Oh, it's
or
hard.
Division I for North Carolina
You
or
have to be
Division I for Michigan State.
the best of the best of the best.
Yeah, because I mean, let me see something here. I'm gonna look at. You have the top 25 rankings right now or no?
I can definitely pull that up.
Yeah, if you could do that, because I'm really curious to see. I think Houston might be up there. I'm not sure. That team has been just dominant.
Houston's number 2 right now.
And number 1 is
UConn.
UConn. Man,
UConn, the top 5 is UConn, Houston, Purdue's number 3, Arizona, Tennessee.
Iowa State's number 6.
Oh yeah, Iowa State's been going off this year.
Duke, yeah, they're doing their thing. Let's see here.
North Carolina dropped down 3 spots from their loss that they just had.
Let's see here. San Diego State, Florida, and BYU. Wow, this is the top 25. Man, this is going to be a crazy year in the tournament, though. There's going to be some stuff going on. There's definitely going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, set it for
Kansas dropped to number 9.
You have Kentucky at 17.
Man, I mean, you look at some of these even records and stuff. Like these are some close freaking like teams that it's usually not that far apart. I mean, once you get past the top 3, then it starts to drop off for real.
Oh yeah.
Dude, maybe Connecticut's that team that takes it this year. I had Houston in my mind before the season started. I thought Houston could take this thing.
Houston. I mean, Houston still can. They're number 2. They had they started off a little bit rough, I believe, and they just bounced right back to it.
You know,
Yeah, they
that's
took 2
wild.
L's back to back, and that one of them was against Iowa State, and the other one against TCU. Then they lost to Kansas.
Jeez. Man, so there's a lot of excitement, and this is the time of the year to a lot more upsets start happening. It's been more prominent. Can Ohio State win out this season? You said you're a believer.
I am a believer.
I am not a believer in that team. I barely believe in my teams right now. So I mean, definitely not gonna believe in Ohio State. I would love to see the Gophers and Michigan State make a run and get into the tournament. But man, these are some tough games because these games are getting close. These games are way closer than what you think. And when it comes down to it, it's about execution, like you were talking about with the Purdue game, with Purdue and Michigan, Ohio State. The turnovers. You can get
Turnover
as much
killed them.
rebounds as you want, but if you keep turning the ball over and stuff, why even do it?
And then the other game I want to talk about. I know I could talk about Ohio State the whole time about being Purdue and all that stuff, but the other game is the UConn versus Marquette. I know the talk was, hey, you have the number 1, you go against the number 4. Everyone thought it was going to be a great game. My God.
Who had home advantage?
I want to say UConn did.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking here too. Yeah, they did. They just wiped the floor with them.
They did. And like it goes right across the board. I mean, like you look at the field goal percentage, Marquette shot 36, UConn shot 46. 3-point percentage, Marquette shot 21%, UConn shot 36%. Free throw, UConn was 85, Marquette was 75. I mean, look at the rebounds. They almost got out rebound by 20 rebounds.
27 defensive rebounds by UConn?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Defense.
And they have 45 total. And their defensive rebounds it would match Marquette's total rebounds, which was 27.
Talk about crashing the boards. That board must have been broken.
I mean, UConn is the real deal.
Turnovers were just about even, 13 to 12. Fouls, man, they crashing the boards wins the game.
It does. Crashing the boards and not having the more turnovers.
They crashed the board so hard, like I said, it probably cracked. Broke. That's a statement win, though, when you're UConn and like your number 1 goes number 4. There's a team that's 3 teams behind you in ranking, and then you just throttle them. Just smash them. What was that?
There's a second team in their conference.
And they just get smashed. Wow.
So, I'm sorry, what was that?
I just said, wow, that's just crazy. Like they did the way they got just handled like that.
They did. And it's like that's a huge statement win. That UConn, I believe they won it last year, didn't they?
They may have. I'm not, dude. I hadn't even thought about that championship last year. I think they did though.
I want to say UConn won it last year, and they're showing, hey, they're here again to win it again. So I don't know who's going to stop them. Or the whole breakdown is the way how UConn played against Marquette. If they do that again, let's see who else do they got. Who they got left for the rest of the season?
Pull that up there. I'm looking to see who was a champion last year.
Marquette has Creighton, Villanova, Seton Hall, Marquette, and Providence.
Should win out.
I don't know. Creighton is number 15. I think, did they lose to them? No, they won. They beat Creighton earlier. And then they have Villanova at home.
It was Connecticut last year that won.
Okay, I thought so. And then Seton Hall at home. Then they play against Marquette at Marquette. Then you have Providence.
Wait, who? UConn plays against Marquette at Marquette?
Mm-hmm.
Revenge game. Hey, what if they flipped it? What if they flipped that around back on them now?
They could. I mean,
that's just crazy when you think about
one of the games that UConn lost that they shouldn't have lost now against Seton Hall.
Yeah, but those things happen. Those games pop up like that. But just think about that though. Like, imagine you just like made a statement win. You're UConn. And then you got to go to Marquette. And then you just get throttled that day. Would your first win mean nothing?
If they go there and get throttled, I'll say yeah, it doesn't mean anything at all. And then that means if Purdue goes ahead and wins out, Purdue's back at being number 1.
I don't think they're going to win out the way they're playing. I think people, like you said, people are picking up on some things. And
But you have to
the team
execute
that
it.
can execute, yeah, the team that can execute it can get it done. I'm not saying Purdue's a terrible team, but I just don't think they're that team, though.
You have to hit threes to beat Purdue, and you have to hustle.
Yeah.
Those are only two things that you can do to beat them.
And double team that post.
Yeah, because they're not going to shoot threes on the outside.
Which is you guys are gonna get tired. You have to have some serious runners because you're gonna be going from the post out to the wing, out to the post, to the top of the key, to the post, to the wing, to the baseline.
They did what Florida did to Greg Oden in the championship. Do you remember that?
That's so long ago.
I know.
I can't remember. Holy crap.
They threw Al Horford at him. They threw Joakim Noah at him.
Al Horford in college basketball. This dude's still playing in the NBA. He's like a damn superhero. This dude just doesn't get hurt. He just keeps going. He's his durability. He's like Captain America of the NBA.
And Joakim Noah, I think they had one more big.
Joakim Noah.
I think they went through Corey Brewer at him.
Dude, you're naming names where it's like, wow.
But
people I haven't even thought about in a hot second, like, whoa.
Ohio State had a rotation on this guy. Just throwing bodies at him all day long. Like, when I was watching the highlights and stuff like that, you saw this man getting broken down. Like, they swatted his stuff right back at him at one point. Like, it raised up in the last, 6 minutes of the game. You tell this dude was tired. He was just, beat.
Well, when you got people getting tossed at you all night, like, what are you supposed to do?
He raised up, tried to do, a little hook, and just said, wham, right back in his face.
And he was a beast, too, in college.
Who?
Lamar Odom.
Oh,
Greg Oden.
Greg Oden. Lamar Odom.
How did he go? I'm thinking Oden. Greg Oden. He was a beast in college.
He was. But I'm not saying that Zach is better than him.
Okay, then.
But I'm saying, got someone that's a dominant presence like that in the post, that's the only way you can beat them, by throwing bodies at them.
I'll challenge it. I think he is better.
What?
Greg Oden.
No. Greg Oden played majority of the season when he was there with a messed up hand. With a messed up right hand, so he was playing with his left. And he dominated.
I'm just saying, we have to pull up the stats and talk about it and see who was better. But I think he might be better, though.
No.
Then again, the eras were different, too, because I feel like they were more physical on the post back then than they are now.
Can you imagine if LeBron James played college basketball? He would have been on that team with Mike Conley and Greg Oden.
Probably won 4 national championships back to back. I don't know, but man, it was definitely a crazy weekend for basketball, and it's going to keep getting crazier in the next coming months. Don't forget to cash your bets.
Next coming weeks, days,
months, yeah. The next month.
Yeah,
my God, we're just about in March. We're going to be out there in Vegas, cast some bets, and seeing what we can do here.
Tonight's game is going to be a hot one.
Who is it?
Iowa State versus Houston.
That's going to be a hell of a game. Holy crap. Dude, I'm so out of the loop right now. I'm just getting back into everything. That's going to be it. This game should be, what time's that game come? Is it on right now?
No, it comes on at 8 o'clock tonight.
I have to tune in for that one. But that's all I have to talk about for college basketball right now. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I do not. I don't have anything else.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for listening to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We do like to hear from you. So leave some comments, subscribe, share it around to your homies that love sports, and let's talk and let's have a good time.
Let's talk. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you like a discussion. Let us know if you don't like a discussion. Feedback is everything.
And you'll hear from us soon.
Peace.